Alright, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, Connor on Chain. This video I want to cover a couple things. We got Bitcoin. We got Bitcoin, guys. Looking very good. Very good here. I cannot complain. We basically have hit 70k. We got a candle that is closed around 69.8, 69.9. This looks very good. As you can see, this closed too, even with the wick, basically is just barely closed above that previous wick, which if you're very technical with it, that technically indicates a higher low on a very high time frame. So this to me is a major confirmation that we're probably going to go higher from here. It does not mean tomorrow or next week either. This is a good sign saying, okay, we're making a higher low outside of this previous, high over here. That does not mean that we're just going to go like this, though. We definitely could bounce around this. I guarantee you over the next day, this candle is going to close red, probably down here like this. And again, that's not to say that's going to be bearish, but we could do something like that. Maybe we bounce down a little bit. Have another push to the upside, make that green, have some major candle action, really pushing, potentially something like that. But from here, this to me is a long-term confirmation that we are going to be probably going higher. I can't ever just say yes, 100% it's going higher, or 100% yep, it's going lower, but for what it is right now, this is very bullish for me. And especially if we can get over the next couple of days a candle close fully above this, well into 70k, 71k, that is going to be insanely bullish for the whole market. But for what it is, like I said, I think it looks very good here. I think we're just going to continue to start seeing upside. It's funny because over the last few days here, I'm sorry, not the last few months rather. I was telling you guys that Bitcoin is going to just follow a parabola, and this is exactly what it's been doing. Literally to a T, exactly what I said. If you go to some of my videos, literally in September, maybe late August, September down here, I literally, I knew this was gonna happen. It's based on these technicals. I see this kind of movement all the time. And it still looks like it's coiling up to just have a huge rip. Again, you could literally draw it out. What is this going to do? Probably continue to curve. Same thing. What is this going to do? Probably continue to curve. Probably going to follow this kind of trajectory somewhat. Doesn't mean it's going to. But maybe this goes down and kind of goes almost along with it. But either way, I'm bullish. So I'm dragging this along. Very bullish on Bitcoin. In turn, that makes everything else in the market incredibly bullish. So, we just had a candle close, but ETH was up 2.5%. I think ETH is probably the most primed right now to actually start making another move, because Ethereum is just in a perfect setup to end up just cranking, out of this. And when I say crank, though, I mean generally just to have a nice breakout. Maybe it bounces into the start of another rally. Again, if we can see Bitcoin holding, going to 70, 72, 73K over the next few weeks here, going into the election, even though there might be a dump very close to the election, I would not be surprised to see that, which is why I'm saying Bitcoin, it's bullish, but we may start to pull back a little even before we really take off. I feel like the elections might have a huge volatility aspect to the markets here. But like I said, for ETH, looking good. I don't know if it's going to bounce on support and go, or if it's going to come back under. Try and test this line where it's falling one more time, but very clean, very simple pattern. Not financial advice, but you literally could just long anywhere inside of this box, put your stop somewhere below here, and literally call it a bull run for a ETH position. So basically, if ETH breaks up here, we're going way higher. If somehow it breaks down and then makes a lower low from here, this bull run's probably not going to happen. So literally, you probably could just do that and call it a day. But ETH is definitely a slow mover. On my timeline, it has been absolute shit seeing everyone literally is just full-blown bear on Ethereum. But usually when I start to see that, where I actually feel like it is a full consensus that everyone, at least in the meme coin space, completely hates ETH right now because of its underperformance, usually that's a sign it's probably going to start performing pretty well at some point. And like I said, I think once this gets a clean break around 2,800, if it can go to 29, 3K, that's going to be a very good sign that even if it goes up here and then pulls all the way back, it's still a very bullish sign that it's broken out, came back, retested some sort of bullish structure, and is continuing up. Overall, looks very good to me. So what I want to dive into though as well is what I've been focusing on the last couple of days. I've been tweeting about some stuff related to Virtual's protocol. So I also want to pull up something. So I dropped a video about a week ago. And I kind of talked about this protocol, virtual protocol. I'm not going to pull it up and find it. It's literally one of my last probably 5 to 6 YouTube videos. But I ended up calling Luna and Virtual's protocol, in the video, and those both respectively have done from the time when I called it to where it was, either now or even a couple days ago, respectively about a 10x and a 30x in the span of a week. I honestly did not expect this AI agent meta to catch on so quick with Luna, which is essentially why, I brought it up. So I was like, you know what? This is one of the best agents that I've seen this far. Like I said, ended up absolutely ripping, but Virtual Protocol is actually what I've been diving into myself and in the group a little bit over the last couple of days. Like, I think personally this is a huge project. Obviously, it saw a huge run, right? But let me pull something up here. I'm gonna go to the other one. So I want the full chart too. That's 7 months, 10 months. We'll go to the ETH because that one has even more data. But with Virtual here, it's what it focuses on is, like I said, AI agents. But what's interesting is what they're actually building with these agents. They have a lot of infrastructure in play, so people can actually, they have the back end for these agents already made. So that when people launch them, they can actually start launching autonomous agents. Link a Twitter account. They can start autonomously posting on Twitter, stuff like that. And that has been a huge narrative, specifically in these Solana trenches. I know most people in the space, you 100% have seen all these random ass AI related coins. It's kind of funny because it's like a lot of this stuff is making people actually do research on these coins. Just like most, crypto people who are looking into more long-term gems rather than, degenning every single day. These people have to a lot of people looking into these coins as if they're, like the next major AI player, right? Even though they're literally, most of them are just LARP meme coins. But with that being said, I think that this Virtual's protocol narrative, and there's also a bunch of others I'm just going to show you guys in this video, that I think have actual real potential. But and like I was saying, Luna has been like the #1 performer without a question thus far. It's like a I forget what it's called, multi-something LLM. But Luna is actually on TikTok as well. She's making videos. You can go on the Virtual's website, go to her page. You can watch her live stream. She's fully autonomous, automated on Twitter. It's actually incredible what she's been able to pull off, which is why I think she went as high as she did as far as market cap. And again, in the video, this is where I talked about it, when it was at 0.006. Literally a week and a half ago, 10 days ago. And it's ripped. So So the reason why I brought that up though is shout out to anyone who got in these. If you guys took some advice from the beginning of that video, you guys are up very, very good right now. And like I said, I've never been more impressed with like a AI protocol in the last few months than I have with this one. Like I said, virtual, it's kind of like its own ecosystem though, which is why I've been so impressed with it. You know, and the reason why I say that is if you go to base, you know, you can almost think of this like an L3, like a layer 3, because a lot of people, I'm sorry, not a lot of people, but when you're looking at pairs and stuff, there's a lot of coins or these actual agents are paired with virtual. So when you're actually buying these agents, you know, you're not trading against ETH. You have to swap your ETH into the virtual token, which is the other one I showed you, to then be able to buy into these bots. It's very similar to a layer 3 on top of an existing protocol here. So it's I think that's like innovative, which is why also the virtual token ran so hard too. You know, because for people to buy into this stuff, specifically Luna here, you know, they had to buy the virtual token. And overall, I'm just like so impressed with the narrative, you know. But you know, they have like all of these different tokens, and this Misato token was another upcoming agent similar to Luna. You know, we had Sequoia here. This one here, these two are, I guess, apparently, they're not like full out, you know, nearly as built out as Luna is, but apparently on their TikTok, this is one of the other, you know, agents, if you want to call it, bots, whatever you want to call them. Iona and Olin, or Olin. Yeah, probably not Olin. Olin. These two, I think, are in their TikToks a lot. But like I said, this is an entire ecosystem here, and it's super interesting. And again, so I want to bring up a few different protocols though that are, you know, almost, I don't want to say following in the footsteps of virtuals, but almost pulling and building something similar. You know, another one that I want to bring up is actually Kira here. So this is built by another project that initially though, which is interesting, was supposed to be on base, called Infera. I've actually been following Infera for months now as like a project because I've been waiting for them to launch. But they actually launched Kira here, which is, you know, another automated bot using this protocol's infrastructure. But Kira launched on Solana, sitting at 4 million right now. You know, definitely it's not like a 4-hour, I need like a 15-minute. You know, start looking bearish short term. You know, maybe this bounces, kind of settles into another run potentially, but you know, the point of this right now, I'm not telling you guys to buy into anything in this video. This is just a lot of information that I think a lot of you guys should be looking into because, you know, I think that this kind of meta that I'm bringing up here is a little bit different than the Solana AI meme coin shit coins. You know, these are just, you know, a lot of people aren't even tied to these as far as people that are building it. It's like these are tokens, these are almost like mascot tokens, you know, built for some, you know, random AI protocols. It's hard to explain a lot of these, but some of them are legitimate, don't get me wrong. But I think a lot of these infrastructure plays, like Infera, and then the infrastructure plays having these bots kind of tied to them, you know, to me this is a lot more focused on the utility rather than, you know, it being an AI meme coin. You know, that's why I'm very much so focused on this right now. And like I said, Kira here with Infera is another one. You know, reminds me of, not really full out virtuals here, but because this is like a whole ecosystem. I guess Kira is one of their first renditions. Another one is actually, what is it, Knifeu? But anyways, a third one is actually Imagine AI. And they also have, right here, they have, it is Knifeu AI. So this is an automated, you know, agent bot with Imagine AI. And Imagine AI has also had a huge run, or not really huge, but definitely up a few X's just in the last like week or so. which Imagine AI is actually a project I've never fully, dove into myself, never paid attention to too much. But again, if anyone got into this for whatever reason, you guys are looking pretty good on it. So I think it's still up a bit, yeah. Couple X's. But it just seems like any project that's kind of been working on this stuff or has been actually launching them has been doing very well. And there's like I said, I've been doing a lot of research too. So this is another Lena Bytes. This is another virtuals agent. We're seeing obviously Luna. If you guys have seen her, this is Luna virtuals. Like there's so much going on within virtuals. It's so interesting to me. I'm trying to think too. So that was another one. I want to show you guys another one too. Because if you guys are familiar with the token Delesium AGI, they also have a token coming as well. And they're going to also have, Lucy OS, that's right. Lucy OS is going to be another one, if I can find it. I think it's Lucy OS AI. I love how I type it doesn't even show up. But this is Lucy OS AI, which like I said, I think is going to be, their rendition of their automated bot, just like all of these other agents I've shown you. So this is kind of like a mini narrative in and of itself for these AI agent plays. I've been very heavily focusing on this stuff lately, and I think the idea of having autonomous, whether it's autonomous Twitter agents, to even agents in the future that are going to actually do tasks for you, whether it's random stuff in your computer, finding tokens, doing research for you. Obviously those kind of exist, but a lot of them are just Telegram bots. They're not. It's not an actual agent. It's I think it's like almost going to be the next rendition of Telegram bots, just really going into all this autonomous stuff. But it's very interesting nonetheless. So, like I said, that's what I've been mainly watching, paying attention to. Is this whole ecosystem. It's definitely incredibly high risk, and what I noticed is the liquidity though on virtuals is actually very low for most coins, which I do not like at all. But and obviously I'm not going to bring up a ton of individual tokens here because there's so many. And again, the liquidity and market caps are tiny on all of these. But like Misato here, I did tweet about. This one we called in the group at around, I think, 400K, 500K. And since then it went up to, I think, 4 million today. So it's been doing pretty good. But outside of that, it's just a very high risk little narrative, but that's, I just think it's very impressive, some of the stuff that's going on. Even if a lot of people want to call it a LARP or complete BS, it is what it is. I think it's really good stuff. We're all still just trying to play this bull run, taking it for what it is. At the end of the day, even if all this stuff isn't, automated or, really done by like an autonomous bot or something, I think we're just playing the cycles as if it is, even though I think I know for a fact it's got to be, pretty legitimate, a lot of this stuff. So, because they've been building for years, this project. So outside of that, there's a little bit more I could cover with memes. I'm actually going to do that because we got a little bit more time here. I just wanted to give an update of what's going on, what I've been watching in the market, and messing around with a lot. But another thing is still long-term meme coins. I 100% wholeheartedly agree that meme coins are going to outperform everything still. And even some obviously also AI coins are going to outperform also. I've been very questionable on crypto gaming lately. I know a lot of people are bullish on it. But you know, I still have exposure to a few gaming coins. Probably not going to change even once the narrative starts to move. You know, I feel like I found some very clear winners that I personally am comfortable with. You know, I've mentioned them on the channel many times before as well. But again, I'm going off on another tangent here. Let me cover some memes because I also tweeted these two coins on Twitter today. Is we got Kobe at 8 million. This is absolutely insane to me. So Kobe, if you guys are not familiar, this is it's another meme coin on Solana. You know, I know I bring up a lot fairly often, but Kobe I think at 8 million is 100%, you know, massive discount. This is a very strong coin. You know, if you want to call it a cult, I really think it is. You know, very strong community behind this token. They are not going anywhere. But I think it's just going to take some time for something like this to, you know, really start running. And I don't even mean a lot of time. I think especially with Solana, it's probably going to bounce, you know, before it really starts another leg up. I think this is going to have a nice leg up. You know, I'm going to come back to this, probably not this video, but we'll come back to the Kobe chart, you know, in another month, maybe 3 months from now. This will probably be, you know, a minimum like 30 million to 50 million, something like that if I had to guess. You know, maybe 20 million if it, you know, only pulled a couple X's, but Kobe, in my opinion, is just a great hold long term at a great entry. Not financial advice, just, you know, I'm showing you guys what I really think is opportunity at the moment. Do your research, you know, before you blindly ape into something. Check the community on Twitter, see if you like it, see if you like the idea behind it. You know, Kobe is everyone's best friend. You know, I think it's a great narrative that, you know, I don't think anyone can actually dislike, right? But Mumu is the other one. Mumu is one of my highest conviction plays on Solana. And to me, it just seems like an easy, very easy meme play, you know. There's not much to it. This chart is almost always just sideways, and then it's at a huge pump, sideways again. I know for a fact at some point this is probably going to spike well over, what would this be? 0.00005 is around 100 million. It's probably just over 200 million at 0.0001. 400 million around here. You know, for this to pull a couple X's in the short term, and when I say short term, I mean, you know, once Solana really breaks out, we get another run. I think we're going to see Mumu go minimum to at least, you know, 250 to 400 million. I personally think. I mean, it's currently at 120, so that's only about a 100% to maybe 200, 250%, you know, in the short term on its next leg up. If not, maybe it goes higher than that, but I just think these two coins are absolutely just on a huge discount right now. And the fact that they're not moving yet is kind of interesting to me. But patience is going to be a virtue playing in this game. You know, you really do not need to make it this complicated. Just jump into stuff, you know, that has a great community behind it. And just bull post on Twitter. Just enjoy yourself, have fun. You can make a literal alt Twitter account, just bull post the coin, you know. Just have fun with it. I swear on my life, this is literally what makes crypto fun, is being able to bull post. You know, that's why if you guys look at my Twitter, you know, 80% of my posts are just, you know, they're about Mog, Retardio, bunch of memes and stuff that I like. You know, I tweet about a lot of coins and stuff that I'm interested in, coins that I like, coins that I hold, you know, whatever it is, right? You know, it just, to me, it just makes crypto fun, being able to bull post and just have fun with it, right? But outside of that, guys, to me, it just seemed like two obvious trades. You know, you could just be very patient with it and, you know, just let it play out. That's, you know, I do hold both of those, which is why I'm saying this to everyone. Like I said, just very simple, very easy, in my personal opinion. And again, you guys can check out some of these other, you know, automated Twitter bots. You know, there's actually, I'll bring up another one, which is Chasm Network. They also have an automated What was her name? She had an automated woman, I think. Maybe it wasn't Chasm Network. It might have been a different. No, it was Chasm. Okay, Mika right here. So this one is automated by Chasm. Chasm is a new protocol that actually just launched, I think, literally a week ago or something. But this is her account. So like I said, there's literally like 5 or 6 different projects doing this, from Infera Network with Kira, Virtuals with Luna, Lena Bytes to Misato. There's like 55 different agents that are in the works right now. Imagine AI, then with Naifu, I think that's a 4th. There's a lot of them, right? And I think that's just that's going to be a very bullish trend going forward, not just in the short term, but I think seeing a lot of these going forward is going to be pretty common now. But outside of that, guys, that's what I wanted to cover in this video. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will be back tomorrow. Probably going to cover a lot more AI coins that obviously really haven't moved yet. Most AI coins, utility coins, still haven't done anything, and I don't expect any of them to until Bitcoin, is at least above 70, 75, really into new highs, just starting a new trend. So that's what I'm going to be paying attention to. Maybe it does something like this. Would not be surprised. It could do anything, right? But again, I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.